What's up, everyone? In this episode of Day Job,
presented by Sparesbox,
we are going to be getting our Yaris more race ready, and one of us is going to go on a diet. Car, dude.
Oh.
So we want to get our Yaris race ready for the track. Essentially, we just want to make it, well, more friendly for the racetrack. And one of the biggest problems that you have in factory cars is the seat. You just get thrown around in it. Now, if you're not very fast or your car's not very fast, it's not generally an issue and it feels good on the street. But as soon as you go to a racetrack and put sticky rubber on and you start going around the track, you actually use up so much energy trying to stay upright in the seat that you could get, one, exhausted, and two, it's actually sometimes a bit of a struggle. I did find with the Yaris and the i30 at Wakefield, there were just times where it took so much effort to stay upright on a switch, and other times I had to like brace my leg against the dash, etc. And obviously I'm not small, and the inertia of me getting thrown around is...
There's a lot to throw around.
There's a lot to throw around, but it happens with everybody. So a race seat is great at the racetrack because it just holds you in place and you lose up, you know, a lot less energy. You can relax, you can drive
your mind's
better.
at ease.
That's right, and I'm so used to having race seats in most of my cars that it's almost weird I don't. So what we want to do is essentially create a bracket, or you will create a bracket.
That's my job.
That allows us to bolt a race seat into the car in 20 minutes?
Yeah, probably not even, probably 5 minutes really.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only 4 bolts.
So if we're going to take out the driver's seat and put a Velo race in, we might as well take out the passenger seat, see what that weighs. We might as well take out the tools in the boot, a few other things. We've got the lightweight race wheels to go on it.
Yep.
And we're going to see if we can give the car a little bit of a diet, because in a car that weighs 1280, 50 kilos is a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
That's actually a significant measurable. But if you've got an R35 GTR, 50 kilos is like...
She's a porker.
That's nothing. It doesn't even matter. But in a car like this, if we can take 40, 50, 60 kilos out of it, that'll actually make a lot of difference at Wakefield. But we're going to talk about more of legality later, but essentially the whole idea is we can convert the car from street trim to race trim in half an hour.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Cat back, seats, few other bits and bobs, wheels. So it should only take half an hour to an hour to change it from street trim to race trim. And the other thing we're going to do is add a fire extinguisher. Why?
Why not? Safety.
Safety, because as soon as you modify a car, things can go wrong.
It's going to catch fire.
Especially with him here. So the seat that I've chosen for the Yaris is a Velo GP90 from Motorsport Connections. Why? It's Australian made, FIA approved, so obviously CAM's approved, and it's the same as what I've got in my GTR, so I know that I fit, I know that I'm comfortable, and I know that I like it. And most importantly, they're pretty light. So the seat with brackets, 9.4 kilos. For the seat, we've still got to make a bracket that actually holds it into the car, so that'll probably add another 1.52 kilos. So if we can get the whole assembly at like 11, I reckon that's pretty good. It's not even a carbon seat, it's fiberglass, but we'll see what the factory seat weighs after Grub gets it out. Well, it's not a powered seat, so it's not going to be 50 kilos like some other cars. Yeah. But it's got airbags in it and a seat warmer.
Yeah. Seat warmer, you wouldn't imagine that'd be...
Airbags will be some weight though.
But I guess maybe like all the wire in there, it all adds up.
You going with 30?
30, yeah.
30, that's the bet.
Ooh, maybe this is not as heavy as I thought. No, right. I think it's...
Give it to me.
I reckon it's 20 to 25.
So a Yaris seat weighs 19.5 kilos. I'm going to presume the passenger one weighs the same. So if we replace the driver's seat with a Velo seat, we're going to save 10 kilos, but we're probably going to get another kilo added back in for a bracket. So we're talking 9 kilo weight saving when you put a race seat in. But to be honest, I don't even care about the weight as much as I care about the fact I can drive the thing properly. But if we take the passenger seat out when we go racing as well, now we're going to save 30 kilos in total, which in a 1280 kilo car is actually pretty decent. This one's 18 kilos. So driver's seat, 19.5, passenger seat, 18.
Yep.
Why?
Adjustable seat.
Exactly. It feels nothing like driving a Yaris anymore.
Yeah.
For me, right here, I could live slightly further forward than this, but this is almost like where I want to be. The whole seat is behind those front brackets.
Yeah.
I'm actually like dropping into the gap now.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, factory wheel. 20.6. Boom. Weds Wed's TC05 with tyres, bigger, 19.4. Well, these are 5 kilos a corner lighter than our tarmac street wheels, and 1.2 kilos lighter than the factory wheels and tyres. So that is mega impressive. That is unsprung weight, and it's wider at the same time, so better performance. And we're saving 1.2 kilos versus stock, and 5 kilos versus our street wheels.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
20 kilos total, or in this case, it's 4.8. So like it's a 5 kilo saving, but unsprung.
Yeah, which makes it heavier because it's moving.
Yeah, and that's why this is our race wheel. So we've got the Zestino 07 RS on these for the drags, and then we're going to be putting our R-Comp tyres onto these wheels for track days. How good's your math?
Not very good.
Oh, then I'll add it up.
You add it up. I'm bad at maths.
Okay, so 1.2 kilos per wheel. So we'll round up slightly and call that 5 kilos for wheels.
5 kilos.
The battery was 13 kilos.
Yep.
The rest of the toolkit in the boot was another 5 kilos.
Yep.
So now we're at 23 kilos already.
That's pretty big.
Some miscellaneous, like floor mats and some other crap, is 2 kilos. So we're going to say 25 kilos.
Yep.
The driver's seat, we saved 10. Yep. That's 35 kilos. We save 18 with the passenger seat, so that's 53 kilos. Jeez. And the catback exhaust is 12 kilos, so that's 65 kilos when we go from street trim to race trim.
Yeah.
And really all we've done is swap out the seats and remove the catback in the big scheme of things, which is, and you know, changing wheels. Like, how long is all this going to take? What, half an hour to get ready?
Yeah, pretty much.
So half an hour's work
Very
to go from street to race trim. We are actually going to put a titanium exhaust on it. We just haven't got the material yet, but that's just for the catback section. So tonight, to simulate having that, we're just going to take the catback off completely when we go to the track if we haven't got the titanium in time.
It's easier than putting power in.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just going to start making the brackets. First thing we're going to do is go take some measurements of the bolt holes and kind of roughly get the seat sitting in spot. Just a little bit of housekeeping on doing seats. So one thing to keep in mind, it's a piece of safety equipment, and you're taking someone's life in your own hands when you make seat brackets. Next thing, we're dealing with a car that's got airbags and it's a complete safety system. So when we put a racing seat in a car that's got airbags, there's no guarantee that the airbag is not going to have some kind of fouling issue or some other problem. Let's go make some brackets. They're on the same plane, so we don't have to put any bends or dips or weird brackets to at least get them in the car. Now, Andrew had to be 140 mil from the front side for the seat, so I might just take a measurement of the base of the seat and see what it looks like in this space. So I've just clamped the seat down to the base, and I'm going to take the seat out so I can mark and drill the right locations. It's kind of the easiest way to do it without welding in the car. Seat works. The last thing we got to do is we got to put this fire extinguisher bracket from Cap Industries in. We got it just because we want to take it to the track. You can never be too safe. You should always have a fire extinguisher. I've had about 7 cars burn to the ground. Oh, check out that hotness.
Well, it may not be cheaper, but it's certainly easier to put the car on a diet. And overall, I think pretty good results. We did actually take the car to the drag strip, which you'll see in our next episode of Motive Garage on the Yaris, put it on the weighbridge, and it lost exactly as predicted, 70 kilos, 1280 stock, and we weighed in at 1,210 kilos. That at the racetrack will be very effective. Less unsprung mass with the wheels, less mass overall means it's going to brake, turn and handle better and work the tyre a lot better as well. So you can see how well we go at the track in a future episode. In our next episode, we're going to go to the drags and see just how quick it is after a diet.